Hi everyone, welcome to the first ever video tutorial on Global Gateway. Today I'm going to talk about the ad opportunity process. The ad opportunity process in the mobility world is the first point that we would receive an opportunity on Global Gateway. The purpose of this is to obtain all of the information needed to complete the qualification process via contacting the customer. Today I'm going to talk through the end-to-end of the process of both processes, both the manual entry and for the data-fed claims, all the way through to the start of qualification. Right, let's head over to Gateway and we'll jump right in. Okay, let's do this. So here we're on the home screen and we have the option to add a new opportunity. So on the left-hand menu here we've got the opportunity list and the add new option for an opportunity. So I'll click on that now. That will take us through into the add new opportunity process. Here we can see we're on the general details screen. So we're going to add a partner, which you can see is also filled there as Enterprise Rent-A-Car. The work provider is the person that's sent work through to us. So in this case we will go with ERAC Work Provider 1, which is test data we're using in this environment. The party type is going to be first party for any new opportunity in the credit hire world. And the opportunity type itself can either be credit hire, credit repair, or both. So a multi-select option here to add either credit hire or credit repair. For simplicity, I'm going to go with the credit hire service for this one. There will be a future video on the credit repair opportunity demonstration. The notification date is the date and time that it came through to us. So we're going to go with today's date. I'm going to say it was 10 minutes ago, which is 10 past 5, should I say. And that takes us through into the next screen of the ad opportunity, which is the insurance details. On the insurance details, you'll notice here that none of the information here is deemed mandatory. So all of these fields are optional. That is the case with a lot of the screens that we've got in the add new opportunity process. The only information that we deem to be mandatory is information that would allow us to contact the customer and pass data protection with that customer. So you can see none of this information would be deemed mandatory for that. Another note on Global Gateway, you can, although it is ordered in this order, I could skip down to vehicle details now if I wish to and add it in an order different from what we've recommended in the system. So if I go back to the customer information, I'm going to add my name there. Again, we can add the date of birth, the license type, whether I'm VAT registered in the title, but that's not necessary. I will add the age just to show. So the age is also calculated based on the date of birth entered. Also, throughout this add new opportunity process, you've got the option, if I scroll to the bottom here, to save as draft. That will save it as a draft opportunity, which will set a complete opportunity task for a user either to pick back up or for a different user to pick up and complete the rest of the mandatory fields in the add opportunity process. So here on the contact details screen, we're adding the contact information for the customer. So this would be the address. We have an address search lookup, so the information could be added manually should they wish to, or it can be found through the address search. So I'll just add some test information. We're going to say it's Abbots Road, 123 Abbots Road, and that information is pulled through automatically based on the selection made. Lower down on the screen we have the contact information. We can see here that it states all of the phone numbers are mandatory. However, once a phone number has been added, the other phone numbers become optional. So not all of that information is mandatory, just either or for the mobile and the landline numbers. We also have a preferred phone number and preferred email field. So if there was a landline and a mobile, they could choose to be contacted on one or the other, preferably. Same with the email, though we don't have an email address in this opportunity, so that hasn't given us that option. Final question on the screen is the customer the primary contact? If we state yes to this, the customer is the person that we should be speaking to. If we would say no to is the customer the primary contact, then we would be asked to add the primary contact's information. Again, for simplicity here, I'll stick with yes so that we don't have to add that information. On the incident details screen, this is when the incident occurred. So though we received the incident today, it might have happened previously. So the incident could have happened yesterday and they've only just got around to reporting it. And that's what I'll add in this case. The incident circumstances, you can see that it's optional here. I'll state that the customer was hit in the rear. And that will drive what cause and sub-cause is selected. So here we have a drop-down list with a type-ahead search. So if I found it within this list, I could select it. However, there are quite a few options, so a user might wish to just search for keywords like rear. There we can see third-party vehicle struck in rear. Oh, apologies, that's the wrong one. Insured vehicle struck in the rear by the third-party vehicle would be the option that we would pick. The sub-cause is a bit more simple list, whether they're stationary moving forward or perform an emergency stop. So we would say they're stationary. The high liability indicator is pulled back that it's non-fault, so that would be non-fault, split or fault, depending on what cause and sub-cause has been selected. If it's non-fault, then a user can proceed forward. If it's a split, then there'll be some additional checks. If it's fault, then it will close down at that moment because we can't proceed with credit hire for fault opportunities. Onto the vehicle search screen. So the vehicle, there is a VRN search, so based on the vehicle registration added, it will pull back all of the information, relating to that vehicle. So if I was to put in that information, that would pull back. Unfortunately here we only use test data, so we don't have all of the VRNs set up within this environment, so I'll have to do this manually. Okay, so I'll add that manually. Then we've got the vehicle location, so should we look to capture the vehicle location, that would be entered there. Another just general point on the add opportunity system, you can go back, of course, at any point, either through the back and the next buttons or through the menu on the right hand side. So the vehicle damage screen, again, not essential that we add that information, but we might want to capture if the vehicle was damaged or roadworthy. Might have come through on the data feed for us. The vehicle damage details, again, optional. And as we head towards the end of this add opportunity process now, the final screen is to add the parties. So this is adding the other parties on the claim. So we've already added the customer information. We're now adding the other party information. So you can see we've got four options here. Either the third party, so that'd be the vehicle that's collided with us, or another vehicle involved. A passenger, so it could be a passenger relating to the first party or the third party. A witness, which might or might not be independent, and the police information. So if I go into the third party, just for this example, you can see it loads up a modal where we can enter this third party information. So I'm just going to put some example data here. We can add any contact information for the third party if that was captured, and any vehicle information, and more importantly, any insurance information, as that will be who we're claiming our cost back from to bill the cost of the credit hire vehicle. And that is the end of the add opportunity process. What I've showed you here is the manual add opportunity process. Around about 20% of the opportunities would be added through this route. The other 80% would come through a data feed, which would mean all of this information would be automatically populated. If we were to receive all of the mandatory fields in the data feed, then it would route straight through to the contact customer process, into the qualification process. If there was any mandatory information missing, like the customer name, customer phone number, then it would set a draft opportunity, and it would set a task for the user to complete the opportunity in order to make us able to contact the customer. But that is everything regarding the add opportunity video tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. If there are any colleagues you feel it would be useful to share this with, feel free to share it with them. And again, message me on Teams as well if you have any queries relating to this. Thank you.